sister, you shine, it's time to raise your crown. So, sister, get past your past, the time is now. So, sister, before you pour, be sure it's full. So, sister, you shine, so let your light come through.
Peace, beautiful soul. It's Troy Loren of Mama Tree Doula, the host of Nurture Your Pregnancy Journey podcast, where we deep dive wellness in all 4 trimesters. Now, today we are going to start to redefine nutrition as self-respect as we honor our cultural recipes. You feel me? Enough unhealthy foods, enough confusion surrounding what is good for you. We're going to talk about all of that. Now, what I do know is as a child, I never felt like we had, really a culture. Like I was like, I'm just black. I spoke on just being black as if it was nothing. There was nothing else to speak on it, which is kind of disappointing now the older that I get, because I know there's so many cultural connections, so many healing, holistic recipes that are mine as a black woman, right? But all I knew was oodles and noodles. I knew spaghetti lasts for about 4 or 5 days, and I could fry chicken. You know, we fried chicken tons. That was it. We knew salt and Lowry seasoning salt was the thing. What else? Juice, Hug, quarter waters, 50 cent, the big Jones. Those were what I grew up with. And it wasn't until maybe, let's say 2014, when I started to work on an urban farm, that I understood nutrition a little differently, just a little differently. I started to eat as a plant-based person because I was in the garden picking up stuff. I'm picking up the herbs, the thyme, the rosemary. That was my favorite place to be. I want to be amongst the herbs. Y'all can host, the garden tours with the people. I'm going to be right here. It was my favorite space, and I learned how to make amazing food using just those things. Also paired with the understanding that my grandmother was no longer really able to tolerate salts the way that she used to. And I started making Thanksgiving dinners and all of the stuff, the food for my family around that same time. And salts were out. So I'm trying to figure out, how can I season this food? Because I'm black and my food is supposed to be well seasoned, okay? Period. It just is. That is the truth. So herbs, rosemary, thyme, oregano. What else? We have mint, basil. These are all things that you can grow in your backyard. You can grow on your windowsill, and they're absolutely divine to just have around. Things like cilantro or parsley. Those herbs are supportive, not just in our lives, but within our pregnancy. So we're making it delicious and we're making it nutritious because we are minimizing the need for salt, but we are still keeping the flavor in the place. Okay. Now I was picking leafy greens because I was growing them, the spinach, the kales, the arugulas, romaine lettuce. All of those things were really great snacks. Cucumbers, great snacks. The fresh berries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, all of these things were just in the space. And I loved that because I wasn't used to eating that fresh. I was not used to eating like I loved myself. I would go and pick up McDonald's. Ugh. Terrible. Don't get me into the fast food problematic behaviors, because even if you're not going to be home for long, so you can't cook for yourself, if you can't find the time to meal prep, if grabbing something really quick is your only option, let me tell you that McDonald's is not the only option. Checkers, Rally's, KFC, Popeyes, those are not your only options. You find you a good, I want to say Mexican spot. I don't know why I want to feel like Chipotle is a little better than the Spaces, but they are. There's a spot that I really love. It's Mediterranean food. They have really healthy fast food that you don't have to compromise your health for a quick meal, and it'll still be a little quick little penny, something you can just throw out and get. Now there's tons of confusing food advice where they suggest that now you're pregnant and you're eating for 2. No, queen, you're pregnant and you're eating for yourself. You are eating for yourself, which means that you need to make sure that you are getting all of your vitamins, your daily value, your nutritional value is being met, because baby gonna get what it needs every single time, and you're going to be left depleted. So if you need your vitamin A's, D's, K's, C's, whatever, all the things, your iron, your magnesium, your potassium, all of the stuff, you need it, because baby going to get what it need from you. your calcium levels need to be high enough for you and baby. It's not the same as I'm eating for two. You are making sure that you are not depleted by growing this baby in nutritional deficiency. That's that. So you don't want to eat too much because that'll lead to gestational diabetes. It leads to an overweight experience. Your body gets heavier. You're already picking up weight and you're growing the things because just baby has its own set of poundage that it's packing on. You don't want to do additional packing on because you're going to feel that on the other side. So eating healthy is the best way to go. You can still eat it deliciously and responsibly is what I'll say. Now, a lot of our foods are labeled unhealthy. Our fried chickens. What else do we like to eat? Our juices. We drink tons of juice instead of the plant-based options. We can go freshly pressed juice, freshly squeezed juice. We can go fruits and vegetables all day long. You really can't go wrong with fruits and vegetables, but there is a really beautiful way to make some of your familiar meals as healthy as possible. I like to swap out my meats for mushrooms sometimes. So I'll say I'm a plant-based pescatarian and not necessarily just plant-based or a vegan, because I also don't do the vegan meals too, like the veggie burgers or the Impossible chicken nuggets. I don't do those either. So let's get into a space where we can boil a sweet potato or put it in the oven and just snack on that. How beautiful, without all the sugar and the butter and the things like that. Maybe a little bit of this and that, but when we're taking our okra, I have okra right in my backyard right now, and I just picked it up. I picked one okra and I put it in a thing of water. How amazing was that? I did another okra, picked maybe 2 or 3 of them, and I made a nice little breakfast salad for my family. So it is very easy for us to bring healing to ourselves with very simple meals that are also fulfilling. I love me a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Y'all want to know how I like my peanut butter and jelly sandwich? I like it crispy peanut butter on one side, smooth peanut butter on the other side, and then where the smooth peanut butter is, just a little bit of grape jelly. Bam. That's how I like it. But that is so great for our pregnant self. So I want you to, really get into that. And I want to invite you to intuitively eat. How do I feel after I'm eating? Start asking yourself that. How do I feel after eating this meal? Start to take notes. I feel good. I feel energy. I feel lethargic. I feel nauseous. I feel nothing. Start to take note. Here's your affirmation for the day. I nourish myself with love and wisdom. Wow. If plants are nothing but love and wisdom. And healing. I nourish myself with love and wisdom. Repeat after me, ladies. I nourish myself with love and wisdom. Now, if you need some help, we have a food guide in the womb room. Boom, 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 in the womb room. That's where we go when we need a safe space to just talk, to chat, to share, to inquire, to just meet people who are experiencing pregnancy just like we are. People who are womb holders, people who are mothers, who are about to be mothers, who are planning to be mothers, people who are creative, people who are pregnant. The womb room is for us. It's also a space for people who love us, people who want to know how to take care of us when we are nurturing our pregnancy journey. You can find a soul food guide with ancestral foods and affirmations in the womb room. Just go ahead and type it in. Soul food guide, soul food, pregnancy soul food guide, and you'll find it. It'll be right there. All right. Now, I always have to leave you guys with a question, because what if us nurturing our pregnancy journey just changed the world in the way that we knew it needed to? We become the change that we want to see in the world, huh? So you go ahead and answer this question, whether you share it with yourselves or you take a note or you put it in your journal, you come and bring it to us, share it with us. Here's your question. Could your cultural knowledge of healing foods be a resource to share someday? Our communities are vast. So whether you are Asian, of the Indian culture, Native American, Black, if you are Irish, Jewish, Latino, Hispanic, come on now, African, your culture has some healing embedded in it. And I know your recipes are full of healing. So could your cultural knowledge of healing foods be a resource to share with others someday? If you think the answer is yes, I want you to create a list of recipes that you could share with others. And even if it's not recipes, it can be the healing herbs. It can be the healing fruits. It can be the healing veggies. You guys, my name is Troy Loren of Mama Tree Doula. I am the host of Nurture Your Pregnancy Journey podcast, where we deep dive wellness in all 4 trimesters. I'm proud of you. Congratulations, queen. Go eat something good. Happy baking and happy healing. Base Queen, that's a wrap for today. Look at you, taking time out of your busy day to pour into your healing, your wholeness, and your creative freedom. That's not small work. That's sacred work. Now, if you feel seen or stirred by today's episode, be sure to follow the podcast and leave a review. When you share this space, you're helping more women reclaim their joy, their self-love, and their power to mother themselves before anyone else. And listen, if you're ready to go deeper, don't do it alone. Join the Womb Room, our private online community where we rest, rise, and remember we don't have to choose between softness and success. Inside, you'll get exclusive sound bowl sessions, yoga sessions, guided meditations, live Q&As, sacred sisterhood, and rituals for your womb, your work, and your walk. So don't keep it to yourself. Drop your thoughts, share this with the queen, and come find your people. I'll catch you next episode. And until then, remember, you're just finding your joy while you find yourself. And that, queen, is the birthright.